Hello and welcome. So I'm going to take a look at the Times quick cryptic crossword, and this is being published on Saturday the 8th of March 2025, and it's been set by Cheeko. I have to tell you, I came into this about an hour and a half ago, just after 7 o'clock, and thought, it's Cheeko. They were really difficult last year, and a quick look back at my record showed that they were 25 to 35 minutes last year. The one puzzle of this year I scraped under the 20-minute mark, 1950 something. Um, but again, I'm looking at this grid thingy. It's a portcullis grid, where we've got um, all these words hanging off the downs and all these words on the acrosses where there is no starter. If you can get this one, you don't know what the starter letter is without getting the word. If you had a one down or a one across, that would give you some of those starter letters. So I'm trying to get myself more positive. I don't think necessarily how I feel about a puzzle. Before I start it necessarily relates to how it ends up being. I've done quick ones with a bad mood, and I've done slow ones where I kind of get into it positively. So I don't think there's anything more to say. I'm going to reset the timer and crack on. Collection of entertaining posers. Is that some kind of anagram? Don't think so. Nothing in Yorkshire at present time. I'm assuming that's nout, but I'm not sure. Nout. Present time. Don't know why it's like Newt. Don't know. Guard regularly arrests confident moneylender. I think that's a usurer, isn't it? US is the guard part. You're surer. Regularly arrests confident is sure. Yeah, you are surer. Okay. Foul water closet finally fixed in work done by you. Gosh. Foul water closet finally fixed in work done by you. Okay. Female sightseer visited periodically. Female as S. Sightseer visited periodically would be VSTIIE. For a three-letter word. Is it more? I don't know. Are we looking at even less periodically? Is that she? I think that's she, isn't it? I think that might be actually. So we've got the S, the H and the E, which are three letters apart, I think. I'm going to go with that. B, perhaps, caught in little illustration. You'd think that's some kind of insect. Little illustration, caught is a C, insect, insect. Section of Bologna Police, Napoli, gives you another Italian city, hidden word. Bond formed by chaps in cycling, etc. Bond formed by chaps and men in cycling, sport, ride. Or is it cycling, etc.? CET, mentec, menset. Cement, yes, okay, that's an interesting one. Wow, that's a complex clue, but clever. Every so often, lads round in bar causes pandemonium. Lads round. Every so often, lads. ASO. Every so often. Now and then. Okay. Millions in advance. International alliance. One that will never take off. It must be an emu, mustn't it? Yeah, the EU. Okay. Giant bird starts to annoy neighbours. Excuse me. Starts to annoy neighbours, which suggests it's an AN at the end. Titan. Yep. Good old Titan. Conflict prevalent on street. Prevalent is conflict. I would assume that's an ST word. On street. No, hang on. It's ST will be on conflict. Prevalent. Many. Lots. I would think that's ST first. Withdrawn, uncouth sort holds beginning of low mass. Uncouth sort, lout. Withdrawn, uncouth sort, yob. Yobby boy. Okay. Brandy ad enlivened with vocals. That looks like an brandy ad. which would be, the vocals would be, I don't know. There's no list vocals ending in A. Okay, well, there's a lot of stuff going on there. So, pests, vacuous ideas, blocking subtlety. Pests, vacuous ideas is an IS, I suppose. Subtlety is pests. Estate, perhaps. Divided by unknown despot. Tsar, I suppose. Tsar. CZAR, I think that is. I think that's a Tsar car with a Z in it. That's spelling of Tsar. Craving. Sun sent down in casual clothing. So sun, shirt. I'm assuming she is correct. Let's go on. Unbounded lewdness, corrupted country. So it's an anagram of EWDNE, which is CNE, so EWDS. Jews. Sweden. Now, Sweden. There it is. Okay, the E's are good for she. Fearless Pinter. Forged documents. Fearless Pinter. Harold Pinter. I think it's just an anagram of documents. Intrepid. There we are. ID for documents. Entrance to athletics training. Track at opponent's ground. Entrance to athletics. I get rid of this now. I don't think that's right. Now is present. That's what I was thinking. Nothing in Yorkshire at present time. Entrance to Atto. Away. I wonder if that's okay. Now, maybe it's now T. Now spelt that way. That makes more sense. And then that becomes foul, water, closet, T, D. Finally D in work done by you. By you, BY. Is it all of those? No. Finally D. Derby, foul. Let's go with that. Opponent's ground is away. Entrance to athletics. Track is away. Yep. Choosing building. Elect. That. Change hand. Elect. Choosing is electing. Building that's changed. Yeah. Erecting becoming electing. Alvar. Advancing stages by putting pressure on bent friends. Advancing stages. Stages are legs. Advance. That was definitely Napoli spelt that way, was it? Napoli, yeah. Advance. Stages are legs. Legally. Allies. Legally. No. Let's put leg there for now and see where it goes. Pair of cards. Pair of cards. Tens. Cement, emu and Titan are three I'm very comfortable with on this puzzle. Pair of cards. Tenths. Pair. Hurry about using broken leg. Not quite. I think that's hustle, isn't it? Broken leg. Actually, I've got the ST there. Maybe just... Yeah, hustle. Leg. Not there's broken leg. Using... Is that hustle? I might be coming back to change that one. Small branches of twig starts to invade. Yeah, twig. Fair enough. And study Thatcher's material for auditors. Study. Thatcher's is Material for auditors. What do they use on, what do thatch roofs with? Hay. Hay? Study? Den? Material for auditors. Not sure. Okay, well, not bad. What is that? Collection of entertaining posers. And if Zara is correct, what is that? Quiz. Foul. Water closet, finally, is a T. Dirty, okay. Dirty water. Foul water is dirty, I suppose. Fixed in work done by you. Work done by you. Is that dirty? Water closet. Toilet. WC. RC. Oh, okay. DIY, yes. DIY, okay, yes, got that. What's this? Every so often, lads round in bar causes pandemonium. Every so often, lads. So that's going to be LDs. LDO. Let's take that out for a second. If that was an LD, round in bar, or is it LD that way? Bar. I had a H there, no, hedges. Don't like that one. Okay, let's go on from there to this. So that's that conflict. This one, let's try and knock this off. Withdrawn uncouth sort holds beginning of low. Mass. I'm fairly happy with electing. Well, I am happy with electing and twig. Holds beginning of low, so I mean it has to be an L, doesn't it? Which makes mass. Uncouth sort is an NI something. Kiln is the only word I can think that would fit there. And that doesn't really work. Brandy ad, okay, so there's no L. Hustle must be wrong, I don't think that's right. Hurry about though does feel like it should be hustle. About is re, broken leg, not quite, so that's an LE I think. Cool. You'd think if that's Czar, and that does fit, car with a Z in it, for a despot. Collection of entertaining poses. Yeah, it's a quiz, I think. Quiz show, I suppose. What's a cuisine? Pests. Vacuous ideas. Blocking subtlety. So I need to get the old pen and paper out now, don't I? Something U. IS. Something N. Something E. What is that? Nuisance. What's that? Nuance. Yeah, okay, nuisance and nuance. Fair enough. That looks like shirts. Shirt. Craving is that she? I think that's sightseer. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2 words between that. Two letters between the H and the E. I think so. Thirst. That must be. I don't quite understand what's going on. Shirt. Craving sun sent down in casual clothing. Oh, t-shirt. Okay, yep. Fair enough. Not too bad. 13 minutes just to get to this last corner that is a bit more difficult. Advancing stages. Putting pressure on bent friends. Bent friends. I don't understand what that is really. Putting pressure on P. Would suggest I need a P in there. Conflict. Prevalent on street. Prevalent is. I still think that should be street like that. ST. Conflict is Look at study. Oh yeah, study Thatcher's material for auditors. Data. Study is normally con or den. Read. Auditors is just saying it sounds like, isn't it? So I think that's read, like that. Which makes that relevant is conflict. Rife. Strife, okay. I think that's going to be read. Brandy, so now I've got brandy add. Enliven with vocals. I really want to put a cappella in there, but that doesn't fit. B-R-N-D-Y. Oh, I've got rid of an A. What is it? A-D, enliven with vocals. Brandy, can't tell you what brandy is. Pair of cards. Tens. Hurry about. Using broken leg. Not quite. What about bustle? Bust leg. There, bustle, that's more like it. Which makes that, well, every so often in bar. Is it badger? Pandemonium. Badger. And if it's literally bar, lads round. Badler, not really working. Every so often bads round. Lads round. I'm putting a round being. So is this advance in stages by putting pressure on bent friends. Is that an anagram of friends? With a P in it. Friends is 7 letters, isn't it? Where's the L coming from though? From Napoli. That's got an L though there for brat. So the L's gone, isn't it? Brandy ad. Ad enlivened. I don't think that's. Is that a hidden word? Can't see it being. Because the only L is in enlivened and there's no A near that. With the vocals. Assuming that's read. Thatcher's material. I think that's read study. Yep. Pair of cards. 10. Pair of. Every so often. Lads round in bar. Causes pandemonium. Badger's the only word I can think of there, really. Is it just an anagram of lads, which is bad? Don't think so. LD would be every so often the LD back round going backwards. But then where am I getting my extra letter? Battle. Pandemonium is bad bid bod bud. Advancing stages. I mean, I don't know if we've got some kind of pangering going on here. We've got a Q, a Z. We haven't got any other letters like that suggest that, unless this is one. Mass. Withdrawn uncouth sort. Holds beginning of low. I mean, holds beginning of low must say put an L in there, mustn't it? So then what is that? Withdrawn uncouth sort, N-I. We've got B, C, D, W, E, N, knit, tilde, mass. Electing. Let's just say choosing is electing. Yeah, building is an erect. Unless it's a shun. Erection. Building. No, building is. If you're building, you're erecting it, so it's a verb, I assume. Unless that's kilo and oik. Oh no, that's. Oh no. Really? Kilo, oik. Okay. That's not very nice. Choosing. Election. That's not nice at all. Some big mistake there, I think. Kilo. Yeah, kilo's a mass then. Fair enough. Advancing stages. Lift by putting pressure on bent friends. Causes pandemonium. Pandemonium is that was intrepid. That was bustle. Hurry about. Using broken. Broken is bust. Leg is Ellie. Fairly up with that. No idea what's going on there. No idea what's going on. Neil and Brandy. I mean, it looks like it should just be an anagram of Brandy ad, but it isn't. So vocals. Advance in stages by putting pressure on bent friends. Right, I'm going to put the video on pause while I have a think to myself and have a cup of tea and whatever. Okay, so a little update. I think this is Calvados. Ad is an anagram of ad and vocals. VOCAS and ad. Yeah, Calvados is a drink that I've heard of somewhere in the dim and distant past, like in the late 70s, early 80s. But I wouldn't have known it was a brandy, so that's really hard. So kind of getting there. This one, pair of cards. I mean, I'll check this. Cement, I think, is correct to bond. Chapped in, etc. Cycling. Emu is correct. Titan's correct. So what's this? 10 inch, 10 atch. Pair of cards. 10 ace. 10 ace. 10 ace. Pair. 10 ace. Maybe. I don't like that if it is. Pair of. I'm going to have to see if there's more there. So I got a little bit further. Advance. I was thinking about lend. Lend forth, lend fro. But putting pressure on bent friends. I still can't see it. So I got a bit closer. I'm going to go back to pause mode. Got another one, Bedlam. Yeah, Bedlam is pandemonium, and there's the LD that I was talking about, and a beam is a bar. Fair enough. So that has now got an A in it. I think I'm going to have to go with 10 ace down here as a pair of cards. I've got no tenacity. I think it's some kind of word, but I don't understand what the definition is. So what's this? Leaf, advance, loaf. Loafers, bent friends, load, pressure is a load, lead, lead, lead free, lead, advancing stage with my pressure on, so I think pressure is lead, load, Uh, right, I'm going back to pause mode again, third time. Finally got there, leapfrog. I went back to where I started, which was leg. I don't understand the bent friend bit. I'll come back to that anyway. Pressure P. I'm pretty certain our bent friends literally it's just a thing. So I'm going to put 10 ace in here, but not entirely sure. Okay, correct. Yeah, well, 40 minutes. Wow. Wow. Okay, let's go through. Once again, Cheeko showing the lack of mastery of the QC brief. So a collection of entertaining poses. Well, poses in this sense are questions, difficult questions. So quiz show. I mean, doesn't really feel like it's much of a cryptic. I mean, I suppose the cryptic element is that you're meant to think of people who are showing off, which is what I suppose posers show off, don't they say? Yeah, not very keen on that one. We're on to nothing in Yorkshire is nout, so that's a phrase, nout taken out. At present is now and tea for time. Fair enough. Guard regularly, so that's the U and the R from guard, which is the second and fourth letters. Arrests confident, which is sure. So use your is a money lender. Foul water is dirty. Foul is dirty. We've got the R and the T from closet, water closet. So the final letters of water and closet are the RT, and they're being put into fixed in work done by you. So that's DIY, do it yourself work. A female is a she. We've got the first, fourth, and I suppose it must be the seventh letters of sightseer, SHE, to get to visited periodically. So that's how you get she. A bee is an insect, so an example of insect, fair enough. Call is C in a little illustration, which is an inset. Section of Bologna Police, so there's a hidden word in Bologna Police, which is Napoli, which is another Italian city, Naples. Bond is cement, whether you see that as a verb or a noun, which is formed from, so chaps is men in cycling, etc. So you've got the, if you move the C, cycle the C to the front of etc., it becomes C-E-T, with men going in there. Every so often lads is the first and third letters of lads. Turn that around to get to DL, and then put it in a bar, which is a beam, to get to pandemonium, which is bedlam. Millions is M, going in the international alliance, the EU. One that will never take off is an emu. A giant is a titan, a bird is a tit, starts to annoy neighbours is AN. Conflict is strife, prevalent is rife, going on the end of street, which is ST. Withdrawn, uncouth sort, so an oik, O-I-K, backwards, holds the beginning of low, which is the L, which gives you kilo, which is a weight, a mass. Fair enough, the international standard unit, I think, for mass. Calvados is a type of brandy, which is an anagram of add and vocals. Enlivened is your anagram indicator. So that's the crosses. On the downs, we have a pest is a nuisance. Vacuous ideas, so is saying take the I and the S from ideas, just vacate all the other letters from it, get IS, put that into subtlety, which is nuance. A mistake is an example of a car. Divided by unknown, so put a Z, one of the unknowns into it, gives you a Tsar, which is a despot. Craving is thirst. Sun is S, and we've got casual clothing is a t-shirt, so move the S of t-shirt down to there to get to thirst. Unbounded, lewdness, so take off the L and the S from lewdness, anagram the other letters, which is corrupted, gets you the country of Sweden. Fearless is intrepid. Pinter is an anagram of the first part of that. Forged is your anagram indicator, and documents are ID. Entrance to athletics is the A. A track is away, and opponent's ground is away. Choosing. If you're choosing your election, now that doesn't work for me. You'd be electing. Choosing, election. I don't think choosing can be a noun, which is what an election is, I think. Anyway, a building is an erection. Change the L of built L in erection to an L, so right to left, change hands. Right hand to left hand gets you erection, becomes election. Right, what do we got here? Advance in stages by putting pressure on beat frame. I think it's just actually just a cryptic clue, isn't it? Yeah, you leapfrog, so you move on in stages by leapfrogging things, and your friends are bent over, so you leap them in leapfrog the game. Pair of cards. I don't really know what's going on there, other than 10 and an ace are a pair of cards, but I don't know what 10 as means. I mean, I assume it means a pair. I don't know. Yeah, poor clue for the quick cryptic. Hurry about is to bustle. Broken is bust, and leg not quite is le. Small branch is a twig. Starts to thrive. So we've got the T is thrive within investment groups, twig. And finally, study is to read, and a thatcher. Thatcher's material is the reed, kind of grass, R-E-E-D. For auditors, it is saying it sound like. So there we go, all done, 4039. All I can say that's good about that for me was it is a successful solve. Thanks for watching.